So there was a new report from The Athletic saying that Liverpool is not going to be looking for a direct replacement for Luis Diaz on the left wing. So they won't be looking to sign a winger for that left side, probably more of a versatile attacker, and especially the full focus being on Alexander Isak because he's our dream target. So that means Cody Gakpo will be getting more playing time on that left wing. And obviously we have Rio Ngumoha who's coming through, and he's proven this preseason that he's a special talent. He should be getting more playing time, and I think a lot of us want to see more of him this season, so he's one to look out for. And yeah, I mean, I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe that with Lucho leaving, since he really was a natural left winger, that we need to sign a winger in his place? I personally think we don't need to. And I'm not just saying Cody Gakpo and Rio Ngumoha who can play there, but also the likes of Florian Wirtz. He plays there with the national team, with the German national team. We have Dominik Szoboszlai, who's our new Millie. More technical, but Millie in terms of, he played right back against Stoke in preseason. He can play all over the pitch, Dominik Szoboszlai, and have an impact for the team. And I could see him on the left. He's played there before, I believe, for us. So he's an option there. Ekitike is apparently seen as a versatile forward. So there's many, many players that could fill in that position. And anyways, I think Cody Gakpo was a starting left winger when he was fit for Arne Slot, because when both Cody Gakpo and Lucho were fit, he was playing Lucho down the middle anyways for those months, So I think this report makes a lot of sense, even if Lucho is a key player and he is a left winger. I think the plan in the future, and I do believe this is us also being inspired by what we saw from PSG, looking for versatile forwards who are very good all-around footballers who can be very fluid in the way they pick up positions. I think that's what's made PSG so difficult to play against. And even though, yes, Alexander Isak is, for example, primarily a center forward and Ugo Ekitike is primarily a center forward, I think they have the ability to shift during the game because of their ability on the ball, and their footballing IQ and their intelligence, and all of that is going to play a role, I think, in the way that we set up. But I'm just so excited to see, this evolution. This truly will be Liverpool 2.0 because we don't know how Liverpool's going to set up next season. Even we Liverpool fans who know a lot about the personnel and are following everything in detail, we have no clue how Slot really is going to set up next season, especially that attack, given how much movement there will be within that attack. So I think it's not only something that's really exciting for us to look forward to, that evolution, but also a bit frightening, I think, for our rivals because they can't study what Slot was doing last season and use that to try to play against us next season. I think, again, it's going to be a very different setup, and I think that's very exciting to think about, because it's going to be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I do believe that Darwin and Chiesa will still leave. Let me know if you think so as well. I think they will both leave, and given they both leave, we could bring in even two attackers. Hopefully we get our dream Alexander Isak in, and then I still think we go for a young, versatile forward like a Fofana who's two-footed, who could play on the left, who can play on the right. Or maybe, Slot sees Frimpong as a right wing option, to fill in for Salah during AFCON, and as an attacking option, not just the right back, We saw in the last preseason friendly, he played on the right wing, So maybe that's another idea up Slot's sleeve that he's thinking about. So that's something we'll have to wait and see about. But overall, I still think Darwin and Chiesa leave. And like I said before, if both of those leave, I think we could potentially see Alexander Isak come in and then a young, versatile forward come in, Especially, it looks like Jadon Danns will go out on loan and Ben Doak could potentially leave on a permanent. We'll have to see what happens with him. But it seems like in terms of outgoings, there will still be a lot of movement for us, even after the big sell of Lucho to Bayern Munich. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you're thinking for that left wing. Me, personally, I'd be very excited at the prospect of Cody Gakpo and Rio Ngumoha maybe being given the keys by Slot, not to start Premier League games, but to potentially come off the bench when teams start to tire out a little bit, and also as for the domestic cups, for him to get starts in the domestic cups, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. I would love to see that, and I'm sure you guys agree just from what we've seen in preseason. So yeah, that's kind of on the future on that left wing after the report I saw yesterday. I thought it would be worth a quick discussion. As you can see, we're back outside in the nature of Iceland. You guys didn't like the well, I saw some comments you guys were saying that the as even though the volume is going to be good in the set and everything like that, that it's more fun to be outside and the mystery of that. So let me know what you're thinking for the future of these long forms. I would love in the future to be able to add a lot more editing, but the reality is I don't have any time really outside of all the content I already do, not just the main channel, but Liverpool Goals. I'm solely running that today on Instagram. So it's a lot of hours and work that I'm putting in. So it's really impossible to be able to put in higher editing for these. I would love to, trust me. But, the more you support this channel and the more potentially it does well, the more likely and the way it could literally lead to potentially hiring an editor or getting help on that side of things. So that's the dream down the line. But obviously this channel has to do well and growth in general. So guys, as always though, thank you for the support and I will see you very, very soon. Up the Reds!